Everything you know about money and its current financial system is about to change. This is probably going to be one of my most important videos I ever make. As you're all aware, the World Economic Forum started to bring up the Great Reset. Now with this Great Reset, it's very vague. There are many things they're saying they want to do, but specifically in this video, I'm going to talk about how central banks are now urgently starting to announce that they're going to be bringing forward central bank digital currencies. As you're aware, in the Great Reset, one of the things that they want to do is have everything digitalized, and so they can monitor everything and you'll have no privacy whatsoever. With central banks digital currency, they can monitor everything, they can monitor all your purchases, your behavior, and they can more centrally control the economy. But what we want a free market. We want to be able to decide what prices are. But with these central bank digital currencies, they can send money to your digital wallet and they can say, hey, you got to spend this within a certain amount of time period, or you have to spend this in a certain location. And they can pick the winners in the economy and they can pick the losers. And as we've all seen, there's been mass censorship and they can censor those that don't go along with their political views. So let's jump into this article about the Federal Reserve, who's urgently losing ground to China, who have created their own digital yuan, and they're desperately trying to get a central bank digital currency this year. And if this video brings you value, please tap that like and subscribe button. I'll keep you up to date on the latest finance and economic news. And comment your thoughts below. What do you think about these new central bank digital currencies? Do you think it's just a normal evolution of money, or are you more concerned on what the potential these central bank digital currencies could do? Okay, so central banks around the world want to get into digital currencies, and here's why. Okay, so it says here, intense interest in cryptocurrencies and the pandemic have sparked debate among central banks on whether they should issue digital currencies of their own. And this is another reason why I think digital currencies like Bitcoin are becoming so popular, because central banks around the world, here in Australia, wherever you look, New Zealand, America, Canada, they're all printing their currencies like crazy, and they've increased the money supply by about 25%. If you look at any of the central banks' balance sheets or their M1, M2, M3 money supply, it's gone absolutely parabolic in 2020. And so people are losing faith in their currencies, or they think their currencies are being devalued too quickly. So they're trying to find a way to store their wealth. And Bitcoin has a limited supply as a scarcity factor, and things like gold as well. But we have seen Bitcoin outperform gold in 2020. So now obviously central banks are getting worried, and they're trying to find a way how they can tap into this booming industry and a way so people don't lose faith in the dollar. But China is leading the way, and it says China has been in the lead in developing its own digital currency. It's been working on the initiative since 2014. Chinese central bank officials have already conducted massive trials in major cities, including Shenzhen, Chengdu, and Hangzhou. So China's experiment is very large scale, said Christopher, former chairman of US Commodity Futures Trading Commission. When the world arrives in Beijing next winter for the Winter Olympics, they're going to be using the new digital renminbi to shop and stay in hotels and to buy meals in restaurants. So like I was saying, they can more centrally plan, they can give this digital currencies, but they say, hey, you can't save it, you have to spend it. The world is going to see a functioning central bank digital currency very soon, within the coming year. So I made a video last year, and I'll put a link in the description, I'll also put it up here in a card, about how central bank digital currencies are coming. And a lot of people said, nah, they're not going to come, or they're not going to happen for another 10 years. But we can see they're coming very quickly. It's pretty much already here in China, and the US is rapidly finding ways how they can introduce it. And they said they're going to discuss it this year. And I'll play a clip of the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell talking about how he wants to be transparent with the public about this year.
On February 24th, 2021, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. Central Bank will engage with the public on the digital dollar this year.
This is going to be the year in which we engage with the public pretty actively. We have a functioning financial system and a banking system. We need to be careful with our design of the digital dollar that we don't create something that will undermine that very healthy market-based function.
Advocates contend central bank digital currencies can make cross-border transactions easier, promote financial inclusion. And what does that mean? That means that hopefully what they do is they send these digital currencies to the bottom 90%, not just print money and buy government bonds that go to the top 1% like's been happening, and provide payment system stability. There are also privacy and surveillance risks with government-issued digital currencies. Like I was saying, once they go digital for all these payments, there's no more privacy in your purchasing. They'll be able to surveil everything. And hey, if the government can surveil you, then there could be some bad actors that may be able to get access to that information. And in times of economic uncertainty, people may be more likely to pull their funds from commercial banks, accelerating a bank run. So what does this mean for you and me? This means that central bank digital currencies are going to be coming a lot quicker than you may have thought. And what can you do to protect yourself? Again, this is not financial advice, but just what I'm doing. I'm diversifying into things like precious metals, because hey, if there is a new currency created and the old currency starts to lose its value, then precious metals should hold their value pretty well. I'm also diversifying into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. If digital currencies do become more normal and more widely expected, I think a lot of people aren't going to want to go to the centrally planned digital currencies. They're going to want to go to something decentralized. At least that's what I would want to do. I'd much prefer to use decentralized digital currencies than ones that are controlled by central entities like central banks. Now, some people may think, oh, they'll just ban digital currencies and force you to use this currency. I highly doubt they will. Hopefully they don't, but hey, that is always a possibility. So you don't want to go all in on cryptocurrencies. In case this does happen, you want to diversify and even diversify into things like stocks and real estate. That way, even if the currency goes down, obviously your house value will go up and all other assets will go up when currencies are being devalued. So I know this is something you're all concerned about, the Great Reset, central bank digital currencies. There's a quote going around a lot that I'm seeing that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's definitely something that's very disturbing, but I hope now that people are becoming more awake, they're more aware of what is going on, they're more aware of what they're planning to do. Hopefully it won't happen. And hey, there may be some things that would be better if you didn't own in certain circumstances, but I think you should always have the choice to either rent something if it works out better for you, but not being forced to rent it. In some cases, people prefer to rent houses in certain locations for temporary reasons, so that way they don't have to pay stamp duty. They're just going to be there short term. Some people may only use a car every other weekend to get away because they use public transport, but you should always have that choice. And for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I'll keep you up to date on the latest economic, property, personal finance, and investing news. And if you're still bored, I've got plenty of other videos like this one. Go ahead and watch all of them. It really helps out the channel, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of value out of it.